This video is a powerful ritual for bringing the man you love back into your life. Not a message, not a coincidence, not a temporary reaction, a real return. This ritual works even if the connection has gone cold, even if he is stubborn, even if he pulled away emotionally, even if he believes the relationship is over, even if there is distance, even if there is silence, even if there is another woman involved. This ritual is designed to reach the point where his decision is formed. Not on the surface, not through logic, not through pressure. It works where attachment, memory, and emotional truth live. Right now, as you watch this video, the process already begins. You are not chasing him. You are not convincing him. You are not competing with anyone. What is activated here is recognition. Recognition of what was real. Recognition of what was lost. Recognition of where his emotional center truly belongs. This ritual does not force love. It removes what blocked it. And that is why the first signs often appear quickly, sometimes very quickly. A message, a call, a like on social media, a reaction to your story, a sudden appearance after a long silence. These are not accidents. They are the first movements. Because when this ritual starts working, it does not jump straight to the ending. It unfolds step by step. First, contact. Then, attention. Then, presence. Then, movement toward you. With each viewing, the process grows stronger. The first viewing opens the channel. The second deepens emotional pull. The third stabilizes direction. After that, things begin to build naturally. Meetings, unexpected encounters, invitations, conversations that go deeper than before. He starts to remember. He starts to feel. He starts to question his choices. Regret begins to surface. Not dramatic regret, quiet, internal realization. He begins to see where he was wrong, where he pulled away too easily, where he misunderstood you, where he underestimated the bond between you. And most importantly, he begins to understand something very clear, that you are the woman who made him feel whole, the woman who knew him deeply, the woman with whom life felt real. If there is another woman involved, this ritual does not create conflict. It creates clarity. The comparison happens naturally, and clarity always leads him back to what is true. This ritual works on memory, emotion, and identity, because love does not disappear. It gets buried under fear, pride, distraction, or outside influence. What you are doing here is not pulling him back. You are calling him back to himself. That is why this works, even when nothing else has. Even when you tried to talk, even when you tried to explain, even when you tried to let go. This ritual reaches the part of him that still remembers your voice, your presence, your energy, the part that remembers how it felt to be with you. As you continue watching, the connection begins to realign, not aggressively, not suddenly, but firmly. The emotional thread between you unsettled, pulled. Thoughts of you appear without warning, at night, in quiet moments, during ordinary days. He may not understand why at first, but the pull becomes stronger, and that is when action begins. Messages that feel impulsive, calls without a clear reason, small gestures that reopen the door. From there, the process builds. Apologies, admissions, the desire to see you, to talk, to explain, to be forgiven, and eventually, the realization that walking away from you was a mistake. This ritual does not rush the ending. It creates a path that leads back to you, a path where he chooses you again, where he returns not out of guilt, but out of truth, where he understands that with you is where he belongs. You do not need to do anything right now. Just stay with the video. Stay present. Stay open. Everything that needs to move has already started moving. My name is George. I am a practicing mystic. I work with online rituals that activate in the moment you watch them. This is not background audio. This is not passive content. The ritual responds to your attention, your presence, and your emotional state during viewing. Everything you are experiencing here is designed to unfold naturally, without force, without pressure, without chasing. If at any point you feel that something is not moving, if the situation feels complicated, or if you sense that your case needs a more precise, individual approach, you can reach out to me personally. My private contact information is available via the link below this video. I read messages myself and respond directly. Now, one important detail. This ritual is not meant to be played only once and forgotten. Some people notice the first signs after the first viewing. Others feel stronger, more stable movement when they return to it. For best results, allow yourself to watch this ritual at least 3 times, not in one sitting, on different days. Each viewing deepens the process and helps the result settle. You do not need to do anything else right now. Just continue watching. Stay present. Let the ritual guide the next stage. Now, allow yourself to slow down. There is nothing you need to fix, nothing you need to change, nothing you need to analyze. This part of the ritual works through memory, not through logic, not through explanation. Memory is where emotional bonds live. As you listen, let images come naturally. Do not force them. Do not correct them. Just allow them to appear. Begin by returning to the very first moment, the beginning, the moment you first noticed him. Maybe it was a meeting that felt ordinary at the time, a conversation that seemed casual, a look that lasted a second longer than expected. You may remember where you were, what time of day it was, what the air felt like, what you were wearing. Notice how natural it felt, how unplanned it was, how nothing was being chased yet. There was curiosity, interest, that quiet sense of something about this feels right. Now allow yourself to move forward. The early days, the messages that came easily, the conversations that flowed without effort, the feeling that time moved faster when you were talking to him. Remember the way he showed interest, the way he leaned in, the way he listened, the way he wanted to know you. You didn't need to prove yourself then. You didn't need to explain who you were. You were simply being you. Recall the first time you laughed together, the first time silence felt comfortable instead of awkward, the first time you felt chosen. Now move deeper into the relationship, the moments that felt warm and real, shared routines, inside jokes, late night talks, quiet mornings, unexpected tenderness. Think of a moment when you felt close to him, not necessarily perfect, just real. A time when you felt seen, a time when you felt safe, a time when you felt emotionally connected. Let that feeling settle. This is important, because this is what the bond was built on. Now, gently move forward again. Notice when things began to change. Not suddenly, not dramatically. Subtle shifts. Less attention, less openness, more silence, more distance. Moments where something felt off, but you couldn't fully explain why. Remember how confusion appeared before pain, how questions appeared before answers. You may remember trying to talk, trying to understand, trying to keep things together. Remember the effort you made, not with judgment, just observation. Now allow yourself to remember the tension, the misunderstandings, the arguments, the words that didn't land the way they were meant to. Moments where you felt unheard, moments where he pulled away, moments where emotional closeness began to fade. Let these memories appear without reliving the pain. You are not going back into the hurt. You are simply acknowledging the path. Now, move to the moment of separation, the conversation, the silence, the distance. Maybe it was a clear ending. Maybe it was a slow fading. Maybe it was something left unresolved. Remember how it felt afterward. The quiet, the absence, the sudden emptiness where connection used to be. Notice that feeling, but do not stay there, because this part of the ritual is not about loss. It is about recognition. Recognition of everything that was real. Now, hold all of it together. The beginning, the warmth, the closeness, the tension, the separation. See it as one continuous story, not broken, not erased, still alive. Because emotional bonds do not disappear when people stop talking. They remain stored in memory, in feeling, in the body, in the subconscious. And right now, as you remember, something important happens. You are not the only one who remembers. Memory is shared. When you touch it calmly, without pain or demand, the connection responds. He begins to remember too. not consciously yet, not clearly, but emotionally. The feeling of you starts to return, the sense of familiarity, the emotional imprint. This is where the ritual deepens, because memory is the doorway back. Stay with this. Do not rush. Let the images come and go. There is nothing to change, nothing to fix, nothing to correct. Just allow the shared past to exist again. In the next part, you will move forward, not into the past, but into the return. For now, remain here, calm, present, open. Now, gently shift your attention forward. You are no longer revisiting the past. You are not fixing what was broken. You are allowing what is already moving to take shape. This part of the ritual works through vision, not fantasy, not wishful thinking, quiet certainty. Stay relaxed. Let your breathing remain natural. There is nothing you need to imagine perfectly. Just allow the scene to form. Begin by seeing a simple moment, a regular day, nothing dramatic, nothing staged. You are going about your day when you feel a change, a subtle pause, a sense of anticipation without anxiety. Then it happens. Your phone lights up, not rushed, not chaotic. A message, a call, a notification. See it clearly. Notice your reaction. Calm, grounded, steady. You are not surprised. You are not overwhelmed. It feels expected. Now allow the moment to continue. You read the message, or you hear his voice. There is no tension in it, no distance. Something has softened. Hear the tone. Notice how different it feels from before. More open, more present. Now imagine the conversation unfolding, not all at once, naturally. He asks how you are. He checks in. He stays. There is no rush to explain, no need to defend yourself. You are centered. Now allow the scene to move forward again. You see him in person, not in conflict, not in uncertainty, just a meeting, a familiar place, or somewhere new. Notice how he looks at you, slower, more attentive. Notice his body language, how he leans toward you, how he stays engaged. The distance that once existed is gone. Now listen. He speaks, not perfectly, not rehearsed, but honestly. He talks about missing you, about thinking of you, about realizing things too late. You are not waiting for these words. You are simply receiving them. Notice how this feels in your body. There is no urgency, no fear of loss, only stability. Now allow the scene to deepen. More conversations, more contact. Time spent together becomes normal again. Messages become consistent. Calls become natural. You are no longer guessing. You are no longer checking. You are included. Now imagine a moment of recognition. He looks at you and understands something clearly. That leaving was a mistake. That distancing himself was not the answer. That you are the woman who understands him. The woman who sees him clearly. The woman with whom he feels real. Notice how certain this realization feels. There is no competition here, no comparison you need to win. If there was another woman, she fades quietly from the picture, not through drama, not through conflict, just irrelevance. He chooses clarity. Now imagine how he shows this. Effort, presence, consistency. He makes plans. He follows through. He shows up when he says he will. You no longer wonder where you stand. You know. Now allow the image to move further. A moment of closeness. A shared laugh. A touch. A quiet pause that feels safe. Notice how natural it feels. Like something restored. Now let yourself see the future gently. Not years ahead. Just stability, regular contact, emotional safety, mutual choice. You are not holding on. You are being chosen. Stay with this feeling, because this is not something you are forcing into existence. It is something you are allowing to return. Now, gently bring your attention back to yourself. Notice your breath. Notice your body. Feel how calm you are. Everything that needed to be activated has already been activated. You do not need to replay this scene. You do not need to check for signs. The process continues on its own. Stay open. Stay steady. The return unfolds naturally. Now, allow this visualization to slowly dissolve. You do not need to hold on to it. You do not need to repeat anything. Everything that was needed has already been set in motion. Bring your attention back to your breath. Notice how it feels to inhale. Notice how it feels to exhale. Feel the surface beneath you. Feel where your body is supported. There is no rush to stand up. No need to move quickly. Let your awareness return gently, keeping the sense of calm with you. You may feel lighter, more grounded, more certain. That is a sign that the process is complete for now. You can return to your day normally. Talk, move, rest. The ritual continues to work quietly in the background, without effort from you. Trust that what needs to happen will unfold in the right time and in the right way. When you are ready, take one deeper breath and gently open your eyes.